Welcome to my channel. Today we shall be looking at Yugoslavia, its origin and history, and why there is no country called Yugoslavia today. Yugoslavia was a country in southeastern Europe that existed from 1918 to 2003. It was called the land of the South Slavs and was located primarily in the Balkan Peninsula and consisted of people who migrated from what is now Poland in the 7th century. It was formed after the end of World War I from the former Austro-Hungarian territories of Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina, as well as the former Serbian kingdom. The country was named the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, and was later renamed the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. The Kingdom of Yugoslavia ruled from 1928 to the start of World War II. During World War II, Yugoslavia was occupied by Germany and its allies. Resistance movements emerged, with the communist-led partisans being the most successful. After the war, the country was reconstituted as a federation of 6 republics: Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and Macedonia. It was called the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, and Josip Broz Tito, the leader of the partisans, became the country's first president. He was a charismatic and authoritarian leader, and he ruled the country for more than 4 decades before his death in 1980. Yugoslavia was a diverse country with a variety of different ethnic groups and languages. The largest group was the Serbs, who made up around 36% of the population, followed by the Croats, who made up around 20%, and Bosniaks, who made up about 8%. Other groups included the Albanians, Slovenes, Macedonians, and Montenegrins. Under Tito's rule, Yugoslavia pursued a policy of non-alignment and sought to maintain good relations with both the Western and Eastern blocs during the Cold War. The country also pursued a policy of decentralization, whereby brotherhood and unity between the different ethnic groups was emphasized, giving greater autonomy to its republics and regions. However, tensions between the different ethnic groups in Yugoslavia simmered below the surface, and Yugoslavia experienced several outbreaks of ethnic violence in the years leading up to its breakup. The Yugoslav Wars. The Yugoslav Wars, also known as the Balkan Wars, were a series of ethnic and political conflicts that took place in the Balkans region of Europe from 1991 to 2001. The war was characterized by brutal fighting and widespread human rights abuses, including ethnic cleansing, mass rape, and the displacement of millions of people. Throughout this period, Broz Tito, who was a Catholic priest, played a significant role in providing support and comfort to those affected by the conflicts. He was known for his tireless efforts to promote peace and reconciliation, and he used his position as a religious leader to bring attention to the human rights abuses and the humanitarian crises that were taking place. In the 1970s and 1980s, Yugoslavia experienced a period of economic growth and liberalization known as the Yugoslav miracle. This was due in part to Tito's policies of decentralization and self-management, which allowed for greater economic autonomy at the local level. However, by the 1980s, the Yugoslav economy was beginning to falter, with high inflation and mounting debt. Yugoslavia had a unique position during the Cold War, as it was one of the few countries in the world that was not aligned with either the Soviet Union or the United States. This allowed it to pursue a policy of non-alignment and to maintain good relations with both superpowers. However, with the collapse of the communist system in Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union in the late 1980s and early 1990s, a power vacuum in Yugoslavia was filled by various ethnic groups vying for independence and control. The breakup of Yugoslavia was accompanied by a wave of nationalist sentiment, with leaders in each of the republics advocating for greater autonomy or independence. This was driven in part by historical grievances as well as by economic and political factors. The nationalist rhetorics often played on the fears of other ethnic groups and increased tensions between the different republics. The First War broke out in Slovenia in 1991 and was quickly followed by a conflict in Croatia. The most devastating and longest war was in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which lasted from 1992 to 1995 and resulted in the deaths of more than 100,000 people and the displacement of millions. This resulted in a mass exodus of refugees, with hundreds of thousands of people forced to flee their homes. Many of these refugees were from Bosnia and Herzegovina, where the war led to a widespread campaign of ethnic cleansing by Serbian forces. The war in Bosnia and Herzegovina was also characterized by a complex web of alliances and rivalries, with different groups fighting for control of territory and resources. The conflict involved Bosniaks, Serbs, Croats, and a range of other ethnic and religious groups. It also drew in outside actors, including neighboring countries, the United Nations, and NATO. The war in Bosnia and Herzegovina saw the worst atrocity in Europe since World War II, the Srebrenica massacre. In July 1995, Bosnian Serb forces overran the town of Srebrenica, which had been designated a safe area by the United Nations. They proceeded to execute around 8,000 Bosniak men and boys in what has been described as an act of genocide. The end of the Yugoslavian nation was brought about by the independence of Bosnia and Herzegovina, North Macedonia, Slovenia, and Croatia in 1991 and 1992, respectively. The last two republics in socialist Yugoslavia were Serbia and Montenegro. They established a new Federal Republic of Yugoslavia in 1992, which came to an end when Montenegro proclaimed its independence in 2006. Today, the former Yugoslav republics are independent countries, namely Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, which declared independence from Serbia in 2008, and North Macedonia. What then were the resolutions reached to stop the wars? The wars were resolved through a combination of diplomacy, negotiation, and military intervention. The international community played a significant role in bringing about peace and stability in the region in the following ways. 1. The Dayton Accords. Dayton Accords were signed in Dayton, Ohio in November 1995, and this ended the war in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The agreement created a power-sharing government and established a constitution for the country. 2. Operation Allied Force. The NATO military operation was conducted in 1999 in response to the human crisis in Kosovo and the widespread human rights abuses committed by Serbian forces against the Kosovo Albanian population. 3. The Kosovo War. The Kosovo War was resolved through NATO and resulted in the withdrawal of Serbian forces from the province and the establishment of an unadministered protectorate. 4. International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, ICTY. The ICTY was established in 1993 to prosecute war crimes and crimes against humanity committed during the wars in Yugoslavia. The tribunal helped bring those responding for the atrocities committed during the wars to justice and helped provide closure for the victims and the families. EU integration. The European Union played a significant role in resolving the wars in Yugoslavia by promoting stability, reconciliation, and integration among the countries in the region. The EU also played a key role in the reconstruction and development of the region, which helped to reduce tensions and build a more peaceful future for the people of the Balkans. What then were the effects of the resultant breakup of Yugoslavia? The breakup of Yugoslavia had a profound impact on the region and international relations. It was seen as a failure of both the international community, which was slow to intervene in the conflict, and the concept of multi-ethnic states. It also had implications for the broader geopolitical landscape, with the end of the Cold War and the emergence of new states and alliances. Today, the countries that emerged from the breakup of Yugoslavia continue to face challenges, including political instability, economic inequality, and unresolved issues from the wars of the 1990s. The region also remains ethnically diverse, with ongoing tensions and occasional outbreaks of violence. However, there have also been positive developments, such as the integration of some of these countries into the European Union and other international institutions. Although a series of peace negotiations and agreements, including the Dayton Accords in 1995, brought an end to the fighting, the scars and aftermath of the conflict remain to this day. The Yugoslav wars serve as a tragic reminder of the destructive power of nationalism, ethnic tensions, and political corruption. They also highlight the importance of religious leaders and peacemakers like Father Tito, who worked to promote peace and reconciliation in times of conflict. In conclusion, the Yugoslav wars were a series of devastating and brutal conflicts that had a profound impact on the people of the Balkans region. Despite Father Tito's and other peacemakers' efforts, the wars continue to be remembered as one of the darkest chapters in recent European history. My YouTube friends, if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell. Don't forget to like and share and also make your comments. For our returning viewers, please like and share also. Make your comments to enable us improve on the content and the delivery. Thank you.